Hello students, this is Hridesh Bajpayee from BEHS Sumati Academy. Today I am going to start the first chapter of class 8 computer science, and chapter name is networking concepts. First of all, we all need to understand what is the meaning of networking. What is networking? A particular network is a system of things which are connected together to perform any task. Like in our day-to-day life, we come across different types of networks. For example, network of roads, railway lines, network of bank ATMs, network of computers, network of malls, schools, hospitals, etc. So, simply we can say the meaning of network is whenever two or more things interconnect with each other through any media. So that forms a network. Accept all these examples. Let's understand it by simple a group of people. Suppose 10-15 people, they are talking to each other, and the medium is language here. By talking, they are communicating with each other. It's also a kind of network where people are sharing information among each other. Simply, in any network, whether it's a network of roads, like in network of roads, we can see that many roads are connected to each other for various destinations, है ना? So they interconnected with each other. Like the network of ATMs, okay, within a city, in a there are many ATMs, है ना? Using ATMs we can withdraw money from anywhere, है ना? It's not compulsory कि you have to use your bank ATM. From any ATM you can withdraw money. Okay, so I hope the meaning of networking is clear to you. Now come to our main topic, which is computer network. We are going to talk about computer networks. So, a computer network is a group of computers. Means instead of things, here we are talking about particular device, that is computers, and other peripheral devices also. Other peripheral devices means with computers we can connect printers also. Okay, they are linked together for the purpose of sharing data and hardware resources. See, always remember the basic purpose of networking is to share information plus is to share resources. If we will talk about the need of networking, the need of network. So basically the networks are required when we want to share information, when we want to share resources. Suppose a same type of information we want to send to different people, to many people we want to send same information. So what we can do, we have to communicate to them separately. But if we will use any network, like using mobile phones, okay, it's also a kind of network. So using mobile phones we can mail them, okay, we can send a simple message to multiple persons at a time. It's also a kind of network where we are sharing the information. And if we will talk about computers particularly, so a computer network is a group of computers and other peripheral devices that are linked together for the purpose of sharing data and hardware resources. Okay, a computer network can also be defined as a group of computers. Means it's not compulsory कि we have to use other devices also if it is not required. Means if printer is not required, then we can interconnect computers only. Okay, but the purpose is to share information. And if we want to add other peripheral devices like uh, printer, suppose we are having a network of 15 computers. Okay, so and we want to give print command for from each computer. Firstly, I am considering computers are not connected to each other. 15 separate individual computer systems are there. And what we want to give the print command. So what we have to use? We need a separate printer connected with each system. See this picture first. It's a picture where computer A, B, computer A, B, and C. These all are connecting to each other using this device is called hub. About this hub, we will talk later in this session, okay? And one printer is there. This particular one printer is connected with computer C, okay? And all these systems are connected with each other. First, consider these systems are not connected, okay, and we want to give print command. So what we have to do, we have to, like this printer is connected with computer C only, so can we give print command from these computers? No, we cannot, because printer is not connected with these two systems. So we can give the print command using this system C only. And if we want to give from these system, then we have to connect another printer with all these two computers, like with computer A and computer B. So we need three individual printers here for each system. But as we have connected all these three computers with each other through this hub, now these all three systems are connected with each other. If you want to give the print command from system A, then you can give. These three systems, they all three will share this one printer. So the advantage is here, we are sharing a resource. Okay, I hope it's clear to you that by connecting these systems in a network, we can share this single resource. Okay, now come to advantages of networking. I was talking earlier using internet, using networking. What we can do, we can share the hardware resources, and it is mentioned as point number 3, reduction of hardware cost. Okay, let's understand these points one by one. First is the efficient use of storage media. Storage media means where we store our information. Okay, suppose we have stored some information in our system. See, it's better to store a shareable application data on a network drive. So what is the benefit of this? We can share the information. And what we can do, suppose if information is stored on a single system, then we can save a copy of that information on other connected devices also. So it's better to have separate memory storage in each system. We have a big memory storage, like have a big hard disk and connected with a system and store the data on that one particular hard disk only. So what it will do, it will reduce the amount of storage media. Amount means the price that we expend on the storage media. Suppose if you will purchase three separate hard disk for three separate systems, so it will cost more. But if we will store a big hard disk instead of three, so it will cost less, and we can use it efficiently. We can access the information efficiently. We do not need to search information here and there because the storage media is one. Okay, now let's come to second point, which is preserving information. See, it's very difficult to maintain regular backups. We cannot uh, take backups of information stored in our system. But when we keep the backup on a central location, so you have one place to look for the lost information. Suppose you have stored some information in your system, okay, and you want to access them. Suppose anyhow your system is crashed. Suppose anyhow it is crashed, so you will lost your information. But if you are in a network, if your system is in a network, so it's better to preserve the information at a central point. From there you can, as you will make backup, so it will be stored in a central location, and anyhow if your system will crash, so you can access that information from there. Okay, so it will preserve the information. Reduction in hardware cost. In this first example I have told you that if we will use the single hardware instead of individuals, so it will make reduction in the cost of hardware. Suppose in a network the hardware devices which are not used very often, like modems or printers, we do not need the printer every day, the scanners every day, or the CD writers every day. So why do we need to expend money on that? We can purchase a single one instead of, suppose we have 30 systems in our computer lab, so we do not need to purchase 30 printers or modems or scanners for individual systems. What we can do, we can connect the systems in a network, and we can purchase a single printer or single scanner, and all the systems can share that single one. So obviously it will make reduction in the hardware cost. Now come to next point, that is efficiency. See, in a network, the deletion, modification, or upgradation of the software means, if you have make any changes in your software, like you have update the version, or suppose you have make any changes in the data that you have stored in your system, you know. So what will happen here, as we are storing the data in a central location, so when, what you need to do, suppose you want to update your data, so from that center location you can update your data, and you can save the copy automatically. It will get changes to all the places. It will improve the efficiency of your system, and it brings efficiency and effectiveness into working system also. Come to next point, redundancy. A network reduces the need for hard copies of all the documents. By sharing the files over the network, the need to share paper copies of reports or any other information can be eliminated very easily. So what it will call the redundancy means, what we can do, we do not need the hard copies of all the documents. We can save our data in the central location. Plus, by another example we can understand it, like suppose you have make any report, and you have taken a hard copy of that report. After some time you have make the changes in that report, again you have take a hard copy. So two copies are there now. Which one is which copy is the correct copy? Suppose 10 or 50 copies are there, you have make some changes and taken another one and another one. So it will make very difficult to understand. The means lots of paperwork, it creates lots of redundant data. So it's better to store your information in a system, and by sharing the files over a network, easily you can share the soft copies of your reports. It will not make any redundancy. Now it's done. Now come to the next one, quickest document delivery. Obviously, if you want to deliver any document, suppose you want to send any report to 30 persons, so instead of giving the hard copies to individual, easily in a network you can share is very quickly. So these are the advantages of networking when we use networks. So these all are the advantages of using network. These all are the advantages of networking. Okay, our next topic is network components. I mentioned wired here. Okay, now understand. See, when we want to create a network, so obviously we need some systems. Okay, and we need some medias for connecting the systems, and certain configuration is required here for making a network of computers, like network cards, network cables, hubs, and switches. Two types of network we can create. First is wired, second is two types of networks we can create, means by two ways we can create a network. First is the wired network, where we use cables or wires for creating a network. Another one is wireless network, where we do not need wires or cables. Okay, so when we are setting up the wired network, so we need network card, networking cables, hubs, and switches. These main three components we need for creating a wired network. Let's discuss about network cards first. See, whenever we want to create a network, so we need a network card. It is used to physically attach a computer to a network. है ना? If we want to make any system to participate in a network communication, so for that we need a network card. The network, different kinds of network cards are available. Basically, we use the Ethernet network card. Another one is NIC, that is called network interface card. Nowadays, in laptops or in computer systems, these network cards are inbuilt, and we do not need to connect them separately. Inbuilt, the laptops and systems comes with the network card, so it is used to physically attach the computer system to a network. Next one is networking cables. In a network, to connect the system, a special types of cables are required, which are called Ethernet cables. Okay, modern Ethernet networks use twisted pair cables containing 8 wires. Means these cables that I am showing to you, these cables contains 8 wires, and these wires are arranged in a specific order. Okay, and an RJ45 connector, RJ45 connectors is used with these cables. Next is another device or another component that is very important for a network is hub, or instead of hub we can use switches. So what is hub? The hubs works like a junction in a network, and switches are used for the same purpose. Now the question is, then what is the difference between hub and switch? Like these ports are given here, na? So here we can connect the wires, the cables that we will use, we can connect the cables here in these ports, and see in switches also ports are given. So we connect the cables over here, like see in that first figure it was given, I'm showing you. See, it's a hub now. So we will connect these systems to this hub using the cables, the Ethernet cables that we will use. So we will connect these systems using Ethernet cables to this hub. Okay, like network cards are used to send and receive data that being transmitted over Ethernet cables. Means data will transmitted over the Ethernet cables, and for that network cards will be used. But we cannot directly connect all the computer systems together. We cannot connect this system directly like this. No, it's the wrong method. We cannot connect these systems directly to each other in a network. So for that we need an interface. Okay, So for that, what we need an interface through which we can connect the systems with each other. So for that purpose, we need hubs or switches. Okay, like previously hubs were used, but nowadays people prefer switches, because switches comes with more efficiency, more features. Okay, I'm telling some points about hubs and some points about switches also, which will make you clear that what is the difference between hubs and switches. Okay, like see, hubs is used to connect a network of personal computers together. Means using hub we can connect personal computers together, and it works on the physical layer, the layer that you know other chapters we will learn about that different kinds of layers of network. Actually a model is used, that is called OSI model. In that model different types of layers are there. The one layer is physical layer, so the hub works on that physical layer. And this hub, it doesn't have any built-in software. Means the software that can be used for the security purpose in our network, it doesn't have any kind of inbuilt software in it. It doesn't have. Okay, but these switches comes with the inbuilt softwares. It can manage the ports, it can manage the security settings, like the softwares which comes in with these switches, means the inbuilt software with switches. These are used for security settings, and the switches allows the connection between multiple devices. So these are the basic difference between the hub and switches. Okay, now come to next point, wireless networks. These all components are used in wired networking. Now in wireless networking, wireless means without using wires. Okay, so in wireless networking we doesn't use any wires. And in wireless networking we require or we need two main components, that is wireless network card. In wired network we need network card, and in wireless networking we need wireless network cards. These cards comes inbuilt with the systems now, and if doesn't, then we can connect separately also, but mostly it comes with the systems. It comes inbuilt with the systems. Second one is access point or routers. Okay, so in wireless networking we will not use wires. Then how our systems will get connected? Let's understand wireless network card. Wireless network cards are used instead of normal network cards that we have read about earlier, in which we were using the wires. Okay, nowadays most of the computers, laptops comes with inbuilt wireless network cards. In this types of network, obviously we do not require Ethernet cables. It's not required. Radio signals are used for transmitting the data, for transferring the data. Okay, now next is access point or routers. Like in wireless connection of networks, we do not need hubs or switches. Okay, here we need a wireless antenna which increase the communication range of the radio signals. Okay, here we will use a special device which will have antennas which will increase the communication range of the radio signals. Okay, access points can also be used to join a wired network. Okay, it's not means that access points are used for wireless networks only. Access points can also be used to join a wired network. Okay, so we can say कि making a network is the combination of wired as well as wireless networks. Okay, now these 2 points, Wi-Fi and web. Wi-Fi, you all are known about these terms because I know nowadays smartphones are very popular and Wi-Fi is a very known term to you all. Wi-Fi stands for wireless fidelity. Okay, it represents the wireless local area network. Okay, basically it was developed for mobile computers like laptops, but now it is also used with PCs. Okay, so using this Wi-Fi, we can connect local area wirelessly. Next is web, wireless access point. What is web? It stands for wireless access point. It is a device that connects wireless communication devices. Okay, here we are not using hubs and switches. Instead of those devices, we are using web device. So it stands for wireless access points, and it's a device which is used to connect wireless connection devices. Okay, so that's all for today. Revise these topics that we have discussed today, and your homework is to read the whole chapter. See, in your chapter, now types of networks are left, so that we will discuss in next class. Till then, read the whole chapter, revise the topics that we have discussed. You can ask your doubts too in next class. So that's all for today. Till then, please stay at home and be safe. Okay.